Good evening, everyone. I would like to call this month's meeting of the Board of Education to order. First of all, I would like to thank everyone that are present and for those of you that are watching for giving your time to us. Before we start tonight, I wish to note that board member has requested that the board receive some additional information from our athletic department regarding proposed policy 3625/4326 regarding student athletic drug testing. As chair, I have decided to have information conveyed to us at our next work session, and we will take up a second reading of proposed policy 3625 and 4326 following the work session. So at this time, we would like to ask Benji Forrest to lead us in a moment of silence, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance.
May we pray. Our Heavenly Father, we're so truly grateful and thankful for this an opportunity to come together as citizens, dear Lord, and as a Board of Education to do the bidding that you would have us to do. We pray for thy wisdom. We pray for thy strength. We pray for thy unity as we do those things that are hopefully pleasing in thy sight. We'll be careful to give you the glory and the honor and the praise for it all. In Christ's name, amen. May we stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Hand over our heart. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Adjustments to the agenda. Are there any adjustments to tonight's agenda? Hearing none. Is there a motion to approve the agenda as presented?
Yes, motion to approve the agenda as listed.
Seconded.
Okay, it was moved by Robert Moore and seconded by Caroline Dory. All those in favor to approve the agenda as presented, raise your right hand. Any opposes? Motion carries. Spotlight on teaching and learning. Next, we will ask Dr. Travis Lewis to come forth and share some good news with us.
Great news. Good evening. As always, we do have a lot of great news about things going on in Pitt County schools. We've got 3 of those tonight that we wanted to share with you. First, we want to ask Mr. Daniel Wonker, who's teacher at Chicod School, to come forward with his student, Fiona Holler, to share a recent honor that Fiona was able to earn.
Good evening. My name is Daniel Wonker, and I teach band and orchestra at Chicod School. I'm here tonight to present to you a very special student. Miss Fiona Holler auditioned for and was selected to participate in the Junior Eastern Regional Orchestra. She was the only student in Pitt County, in all of Pitt County, who was selected for this high honor. In middle school orchestra, there is no higher achievement than being selected for this group. Her success is especially remarkable because Fiona has autism. Although you may not realize it at first, many things are much more difficult for her. She has to work extra hard to get where she is today. So although it is true that as her teacher I may share in some of her success, what is also true is that students like her attend our schools across our county and state every day. Many students with autism may not receive recognition for their performance on standardized tests, but they can and do excel if we only show them the way. So as the kind people of this Board of Education continue to strive to find the best policies and practices for our schools, I plead with you to continue seeing the value of the arts and how these classes shape and mold so many minds into the creative problem solvers of the future. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, Miss Fiona Holler.
Thank you. And before I play, I would like to honor Mr. Wonker and Mr. Pollard for supporting me in this. And yeah, so.
Thank you. Excellent.
Madam Chairman, I believe that I have the opportunity at this time and the pleasure to be able to present her with something special from Pitt County Schools.
You sure do.
Thank you, Madam Chairman.
Took him 10 minutes to ask this.
Fiona, that was absolutely fabulous, and that was from Chicago School. Isn't that right?
Yes.
Isn't that wonderful? Just an outstanding accomplishment for you, and we really do appreciate everything that you've done, your hard work, and your accomplishment. And because of that, we're going to be presenting to you from Pitt County Schools, Pitt County Board of Education, to you for creating excellence in the East. We used to only give those paper certificates, but now we give these very, very pretty medallions as well. So we want you to take that, use it, and continue your success with your violin playing and all the wonderful things that you do. And what I'd like to do at this time, if your parents are here, aren't they?
Yeah.
And siblings too. Would y'all stand for just a second? Just stand. While you're up, come on up to the front. We're gonna get a picture. We want you in the middle, and you're gonna be the spotlight. And Fiona, isn't your principal here tonight? Mr. Paul, come on, Mr. Paul.
He wore a suit, so we're gonna get a picture of it.
Come on, man.
You made it fish out here.
I've always wanted to get a picture with some wonderful people like this tonight. Mr. Wonka, thank you for all of your hard work out there too. You do a great job for us. We're gonna get another.
Yes, please.
You're welcome. Does David Reflector want to get one? Come on. We want this on the front page. Front page, and we want it in color. Thank y'all very much. All right. Good job.
Could probably cut Mike
Thank y'all
out.
very much.
Let's give Fiona another hand. Okay, next we will have the, Junior Eastern Regional Orchestra and Presidential Awards.
We're good?
Okay, next we will have a Presidential Award for Excellence in Mathematics Teaching. Heather Landreth, a teacher at W.H. Robertson, has been awarded a Presidential Award for Excellence in Mathematics Teaching. Anna Barrick will be the presenter of that award.
And this is a very prestigious award, and so we want to ask her principal, Kamara Roach, to come forward with Ms. Landreth and share a little bit about her and about this special recognition.
Okay.
Good evening. My name is Kamara Roach, and I'm the principal at W.H. Robinson, and it is with great pleasure that I stand this afternoon or this evening and present Mrs. Heather Landreth. Mrs. Heather Landreth has a passion for education and a steadfast commitment to optimizing student successes. Mrs. Landreth has served in a variety of leadership roles within the school setting, the district, and state levels. At the district level, she has presented at Tech Fest and CSI for a number of years. She is a host to ECU interns in the co-teaching model and has served as a model classroom for teachers across the county who come to observe her for methods and strategies in action. She has served on the K-2 Assessment Committee with the Department of Public Instruction to write state mathematics assessments. Additionally, with DPI, she has participated in the K-8 Math Standards Data Review Committee and was a member of the writing team for the new K-8 North Carolina Content Standards in Mathematics. She is currently assisting Pitt County Schools in the implementation of the new math standards. Mrs. Landreth achievements include earning her master's degree from East Carolina University as well as her national board certification. She was named Teacher of the Year in 2009 at H.B. Suggs Elementary and Teacher of the Year in 2013 at W.H. Robinson. Both times, she went on to become the finalist for Pitt County Schools Teacher of the Year. Mrs. Landreth was named one of 3 finalists for the North Carolina for the Mrs. Landreth was named as one of 3 finalists for North Carolina for the Presidential Award for Excellence in Mathematics and Science Teaching. At the time, she was honored by the Burroughs Wellcome Fund, the North Carolina Council of Mathematics, and the State Board of Education. Well, this summer, Mrs. Landreth was named as the recipient of the Presidential Award in Excellence in Mathematics and Science Teaching in the area of mathematics for the state of North Carolina. The Presidential Awards for Excellence in Mathematics and Science Teaching are the highest honors bestowed by the United States government, specifically in K-12 mathematics and science. Each presidential awardee receives a certificate signed by the President of the United States and a $10,000 award from the National Science Foundation. Awardees are honored during recognition events that take place in Washington, D.C. These events include an award ceremony, professional development, and discussions with policymakers on how to improve STEM education. Heather Landreth.
I would like to say thank you to Pitt County for providing the professional development that you all do. I really have to thank Tim DeCreasy and the technology department. The Impact Ventures grant that I received a few years ago, I really feel like is what helped me stand out among the other North Carolina teachers and finalists. We talked a lot at the White House Summit for STEM Education about getting the technology in schools. The technology's out there for a lot of schools. It's how do you use it? And Impact Ventures grant was able to show me how to use that in my classroom, and is what really made me stand out. So today I was really excited to hear at Tech Fest that it's been approved to do more of those grants.
They don't know yet, it's okay.
It's
all good. They're gonna hear about it in about 20 minutes.
Okay, sorry. But I just think it's really great because I really think that's what helped me stand out among all the others. So thank you.
Well, you make us proud for sure, and we appreciate everything you do. You know, what you do in the classroom is extraordinary, and then to take your gifts and have broaden your influence working with the county and even to a national level, you bring much pride to Pitt County. And so it is my great pleasure to present you this certificate for creating excellence in the East, and as well you get one of these beautiful medallions as well, and we are just so pleased to have you as part of Pitt County Schools. And you want to get Ms. Roach and Mr. Dent, you want to come down, and I'm all for everybody in the picture. Thank you.
Madam Chair, if I may, Heather, you do a tremendous job. It's been a pleasure to be able to watch her career as it continues, and I've had the pleasure to really do that because much of her family is from the community that I am from, and she is excellent not only as an educator and a professional teacher, she's an excellent person as well and has an excellent family, so I'm very proud of you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, next we would have North Carolina school bus driver inspector Dustin Wells. Oh, you're going to do that.
I'm going to introduce Dustin. Yes,
Okay.
ma'am. Greetings from your transportation department. Each year, Department of Public Instruction, Transportation Services, and the North Carolina Pupil Transportation Association provide staff development during the summer for school bus technicians and office personnel on things that we need to keep up to date. The backbone of school bus is quality and the safety of a school bus is centered around a 30-day inspection. So naturally, they have a competition with the technicians each year related to this inspection. It's not just going out there and inspecting the bus. There is a testing portion. So they start out with 30 or 40 guys testing, and the top 12 in the test get to go to second round, which is actually going on the bus and finding things that they have bugged on the bus, or we call them defects. And one thing I want to say about Dustin at this point is, Dustin is somebody that's become a leader in our department, and he brings up other people. We actually had 2 people to make it into the round for the top 12. And they get together when they get up there and they study the book. This book is you think it's small, but it's about 500 items actually that would park a bus. So there's a lot of detail, attention to detail. And Dustin's been with Pitt County Schools for 14 years. And like I said, he helped another guy with the testing portion, and we had 2 in the top 12. So Dustin is obviously, he won the competition with the inspection part and the testing, and he's the state's best school bus inspector.
Congratulations, Dustin. This is from the Pitt County Board of Education recognizing Dustin Wells for creating excellence in the East, presented on this August 6, 2018, and this is a medallion for you as well. Picture together.
You gotta get on too, John.
Oh,
Keep trying.
yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
If I may, I believe that's a repeat performance, Mr. Wells? Yes. And amazing. You just keep that level of excellence way up there. Very impressive. Thank you for sharing it.
Thanks again. Next is public expression. Do we have anyone tonight for public expression? That we have no one in that category tonight. Next item is consent agenda for approval. The following items have been added to the consent agenda. Should you have any questions or comments that will require an adjustment, please ask to remove the item from the consent agenda. So at this moment, we have the regular board meeting held on June 4th, board work session held on June 18th, special call board meeting held on the 27th, and board minutes and the closed board meeting held on June 4th and June 18th. Personnel report for August the 6th, 2018. And we will have, for review and consideration, the personnel report for August 6, 2018. We have the second board policy readings second reading of the new policy. And Robert Moore is our policy development committee chair. We'll request approval of that. And the second reading of our revised policies, and which are many of those. And then the policies are listed on the June 27th special call meeting, and the agenda for first reading, and the transfer appeals decision list, which I think everybody have by now. You have that, okay. So those are the things that we need to vote on, so we could get a motion
Motion to
for
approve.
approval.
And I second.
Okay, it's been moved and second by Robert moved and, I'm sorry, Worth moved and Robert second. So all in favor, raise your right hand. Any opposes? Motion carries. And now we're into new business. NERSPA Parent Advisory Committee. Hal Davis with Northeast Regional School of Biotechnology and Agri-Science. Is he here?
No, I've got it.
Okay, Dr. Link is going to take care of that.
Mr. Davis, the principal of NERSBA, the Northeast Regional School of Biotech and Ag Science, called me last week. I wanted to add, every year we have to add a parent to their advisory board, and Latasha Cobb is who he's recommending this year. This board has to approve that every year. So we're asking for, Latasha's her daughter, it's her daughter, is a third-year student at NERSBA. Lives in it matters, they're from live in the G.H. Rose attendance area, but.
Madam Chair,
Yes,
I move approval.
okay.
Second.
It's been moved by Benji and seconded by Caroline that we approve the NERSPA request. All in favor, raise your right hands. All opposed? Motion carries. Okay, and so now we have comments. No, new business, I'm sorry, new business. Okay, comments by the superintendent and board members.
Okay. Just
Okay,
got several things I want to mention tonight. First, we had the first day of our early college at ECU and the first day of Pitt Community College, early college coming back today. So had a chance to visit those buildings today and meet with the teachers and the students. And as always, great things are going on. And I know some of you, except for Robert, got cut out of the picture. We're all at the Betsy got cut out. But got to see the building last week. An amazing building at ECU that they've helped us put together. So we're going to see great things come out of that program. So it took a lot of people to make that happen. And, Matt Johnson's had to work with the professionals at East Carolina to make sure this pulled off. Emma Hodson had to work with the attorneys at ECU to make sure we got this pulled off. Joey had to work, I wish he had stayed here a little longer. Joey had to work with all the transportation to get bus routes run just for 2 weeks. Then we have to start all over with different bus routes. So Joey put a lot of work to get these bus routes together for these couple weeks. Of course, as I said last week, Miss Carter, Mary Carter, has been truly instrumental in pulling the early college at ECU together. So we see that. Then, of course, you'll have the ribbon cutting for PCC at the new building that we're having over there for that early college. A lot of great things happening over with our early college. And as we talked about, this is really our school choice. I mean, school choice for kids in our high schools, there's some great opportunities, plus how much money can these kids get to save for their parents and families. Just amazing stuff. Saw today over at Heather Lamb just talked about it, but at Tech Fest, Tim DeGreasy put on a program today. Had over 500 teachers show up, 80 from different counties who are coming here to get some professional development through Tim's program. He had all sorts of people pulling that together. Last week we had our admin retreat for 3 days. We had a special day at the Hart Institute, and then a couple of days at South Central, and Cheryl Olmstead did a lot of work, did all the work really, to pull that whole program together. Of course, this is really our last meeting. I know I'm talking a lot more than I normally do, but our last, I don't get a timer on me, so that's okay. Our last meeting with Dr. Travis Lewis. We're certainly going to miss Dr. Lewis and what he brought to the table. If you guys want to throw things, it's okay now, probably.
Wait a minute, can I throw it? Let me throw it. Can I throw it then?
But when Travis stepped in, he brought a lot of things to the table, was able to unify a lot of our programs and really give us a solid base, so we'll be able to continue that base and move forward. But we're certainly going to miss having Travis here on the day-to-day, but we've talked about keeping him close, about at least helping with some of our other programs involved here with our school system, our student services department. He's going to actually be teaching some of our principals in the doctorate programs. So we'll actually be teaching some of them, so we can get some information, back door into these principals that way. So we'll certainly do that as well. Two other quick things I hear, as you mentioned, Ms. Doherty, that the bus award that was won by Dustin's actually being renamed to the Dustin Wells Award. So, so that's good stuff.
He has a lock on it.
Two important things I want you to know, keeping along with the board expectations with the red light camera money that the board set. We've spent about last week or the week before $200,000 on teacher computers to get our computers up to date. We also have that was just a continuation process we had started years ago. We've also spent another $25,000 or $30,000 on EC teacher, exceptional children's teachers' computers, because what you've noticed is those computers are so old that they won't even run the new programs that are coming down the pike. So we're buying probably about another 70 computers for those teachers as well. And then, of course, we'll buy more of those next year. So that got started. As Heather said, we have gone back to our Impact Ventures program, and Tim DeGreasy is now collecting grants for Impact Ventures, which makes a huge difference in the way technology is implemented within the school system. It's one of the things that, Heather was one of the first people that I got a chance to interview or meet with when I came here, and she had just won that award. And got to see what she has done with her technology. When she was teaching kindergarten for the last several years, what these kindergarten students are doing with iPads I've seen some of you with your devices, they're better than us, so, you know. so,
Easily. Easily.
so, but it really makes a difference because we make these teachers go through hoops. We just don't give them computers. They actually have to plan how they're going to use it, demonstrate how they're going to use it, and then come back and teach others how they're doing it. So we truly get our bang for the buck out of that. Just giving people computers won't solve anything, but truly getting them to actually invest in what those computers and those devices will do in the classroom. So we've got that. We're also been examining, Matt Johnson's been working on getting me several things. The board talked about red light camera might be using for safety or technology. So we're looking at several safety devices and items that we may need moving forward. And speaking of safety, you found out late Friday afternoon, most of you, this may be the first time that we've received $466,000 from the state SRO grant. So we have, so that's another, so we'll have the matching fund. We can use this to match. We can also use some federal funds we received to help match. I have already talked with the county manager, the city manager. Also, we have reached out to Grifton, Ayden, Winterville. I have personally talked with the sheriff and the Greenville Police Departments. Have we reached out to Farmville yet?
No.
They're already covered, so. But, so we've reached out to all those individuals, letting them know that we're gonna be moving forward on this project. We've got the money to make this happen, so we're gonna be setting up a meeting within days of how do we get these individuals hired and how do we get them in our schools. So just a lot of information there for you, but pretty good stuff. I'm pretty excited about the SRO grant, plus getting some new computers for these teachers, who need them desperately.
That's a 2-for-1 grant, right?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. So 466 from the state, so it's about 233 from us.
Wow.
It's a two-year grant, so we'll get that much money again next year.
Next year.
Well, thank you, Dr. Lincoln, for sharing great news. We're excited.
That's excellent. Right.
Excellent, excellent. So we'll start here with our board members, with our vice chair first tonight, and we're gonna move around and come back around.
I would like to echo what Dr. Linker said, and thanks to Travis for all that you've done. The things that you do for us, the information you provide to us, to the community, is invaluable. But what strikes me is the heart that you have shown for making sure that all of our kids have what they need and are thriving within our system, and paying close attention to the kids who are at risk, and just really making sure that we are doing our job of making sure that we're educating every single child in Pitt County the way that they can best learn. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I want to welcome back teachers, staff, BTs. I know we've got a lot of teachers who've already moved in classrooms, decorating classrooms, using their break, frankly, to get ready to welcome kids. So I appreciate the dedication there, and we're excited about the new teachers that'll be joining us in Pitt County. We're really glad you're here, and just again, Fiona and Heather. Our students and our teachers are gems. They really are, and I could not be more proud getting to see everyone's accomplishments and the way that they are bringing such pride to Pitt County.
Okay, thank you, Worth.
Hate to see Travis go, but in a way it can be beneficial to us in this way. By administrators first having hands-on experience. Many times we have teachers that don't get out into the public schools that are trying to train educators, and they have never been in a classroom or haven't experienced many of the things that you've had to deal with. Administrators have had to deal with a lot of discipline factors, and you've had a wide range of experience with that. And I don't think that they really understand the depth of how important those issues can be. One little issue you can be a great principal, have top scores, but if you handle a situation inappropriately or the wrong manner, your career is over. And I think that would be very beneficial to help with our administrators in that, in teaching. A lot of teachers, and beginning teachers especially, they are very excited about getting back to school. A little apprehensive about it, but it just shows their dedication. And I think it's so important for us as a board and for the leadership up here is to give them the support that they need, that they know where, that they can go to get help. Because you know, at the very beginning of the school year, a lot of times we have turnover right there the first few weeks. And the better that we have these teachers prepared, the better off we are in being able to save them those first few weeks. Because that really says a lot to them in what we do up here. And I would go over and be a Benji, but I'm not.
Robert?
Thank you, Madam Chair. What I'm going to do is just step back and just look at the 2017, 2018 year. We had a lot of things going on. It was a worthwhile, very eventful year. We got a lot of things done, and I just want to say thank you to last year, all those people who did all of what they done. Dr. Linker, your staff, school board, thank you. I think we did a great job together running the Pitt County schools with nearly 24,000 students out of, I guess, 36 schools back there during that time. But I say again, thank you, and Dr. Linker, your entire staff. As I look at 2018, 2019, I kind of step back and look at the mission statement, and a lot of people haven't heard it, but it goes kind of like this. Pitt County Schools will ensure that all students are provided a rigorous and personalized education that prepares them for the ever-changing challenges of the 21st century. And when it says ever-changing, that means we have to do all that we do such that every student that walks across that stage, high school, is ready to go out. So knowing that, there are some priorities that I've got established within myself. And the first one is that every student is prepared for life. You know, when they go across that stage, sometimes there may be some students who don't really know what they're going to do tomorrow. And it's my thinking that we might could take a magnifying glass and just to make sure that every student is prepared for life, college, and a career, and be meaningful to the community. The second item is to create a system of quality instruction to increase the literacy rate for all children. And I'm going through these, that's not to say what we're doing a great job. Look at all that what has happened here tonight thus far. A math teacher, a person that inspects school buses, top in the state. And the last one is to create a system of quality instructions to increase the literacy rate to all children. And the last one, Dr. Linker has already talked about, that's to make sure all the things that we have said that we're going to do for security in our schools, that we make sure it's done. And based on what Dr. Linker just said, I think we're on our way there. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Benji?
Madam Chair, so many times, I think, because we're an elected board, education sort of gets put in the basket of politics. But tonight, what I'm so excited about is that on the public access channel, when people tune in, they can see what it's really about. And that is generating excellence in our schools, with our faculty, with our staff, with our students. There's a wonderful, wonderful examples of that this evening, and I'm really, really excited about that. Second thing I want to say is, Dr. Travis Lewis, we're going to miss you. You've done an outstanding job getting the word out about the excellence of Pitt County. Everywhere you've been an excellent advocate, an ambassador, if you will. And they ought to give you a medallion and hang it on your lapel, ambassador for Pitt County School.
I've got one.
I think I got one.
Okay, we all do that. I was excited, and there was about 6 of us, I think, that went to the ECU Early College ribbon cutting. And that is another example of persistence in excellence. I've sat on this board a long time. One of our goals was have an early college that was tied to East Carolina University. We've done that. That's a tremendous, tremendous accomplishment. From Dr. Linker all the way down to everybody that was involved, I want to thank you. Because that again shows our commitment to this community and our commitment to our students in Pitt County. And then the other thing that Dr. Linker suggested this evening and shared with us is a big deal. A lot of times the North Carolina General Assembly gets criticized for things they don't do. But they provided this grant, a 2-for-1 opportunity for us to help put SROs and make our students more safe in our schools. And we took advantage of that, and I appreciate that so much. With that, I will stop, Madam Chairman.
Thank you. Caroline?
Sure, I'll echo, frankly, everything all of my colleagues up here have said. Really, the only blemish on this evening is that Dr. Lewis's last day will be Wednesday, and you will be dearly, dearly missed. I'd like to say you have really moved us forward as a district in so many ways, both in student services and public information, our social media, the advisory committees at the schools. You've just done some amazing things that I think are yet even to be revealed and fully implemented. We're going to miss you a great deal, and I'm glad you're finding some way to hold on to them a little bit. So, but what an exciting night. I mean, we've heard about things that were, all the seeds were generated years ago and came to fruition, you know, at the end of last school year and over this summer. I mean, Fiona, it's just incredible what she has been able to do despite challenges. And I got chills and a little bit teary-eyed. And I'd spoken to her mother before and just so impressed with her skills and willingness to come and be on TV and share her beautiful gift with all of us. School's getting started this coming Saturday. There are 12 social groups who are getting together, pooling resources to provide backpacks and fill them with school supplies. We can't be excellent without the support of our community, and our community is behind us 100% of the way. It is so exciting and impressive, and really appreciate. I don't even know which ones they are. The paper said 12. I was like, wow, they're getting together so people don't have to go all over everywhere to do it. Maybe somebody out there knows. And also our schools, I've had a chance to visit with a couple of our middle schools in my district, and they are also getting ready for doing some exciting things. Looking back on last year, for example, at CMEPS, they're piloting earth science and a flex period for corrective reading this year. EBA ACOG is piloting advanced math for 6th graders, 8th grade honors world history, and working with the Mediation Center on Restorative Justice pilot project. All basically evidence-based needs that they're looking at finding ways to improve both achievement and growth for their students. That is just great news for everyone.
Melinda, I'm sorry, Betsy.
When you go last, almost everybody said everything. So, but I would like to echo to Dr. Lewis. I think he's probably the only person that every parent in Pitt County has heard from, because he's the voice when we have a snow day or when we have an all call. So everybody knows Dr. Lewis, and I'm sure if you know him, you love him. I haven't been here very long, 1.5 years, but your presence has been felt, and you're obviously a strong leader and someone who, as a board member, I appreciate when I hear from Dr. Lewis. So thank you and best wishes to you. I guess I would like to say that, and I say it every time, but we get stuff done here in Pitt County. I mean, we are a solid school district, and I think we're a leader in the state. Ms. Landreth not only is leading these, writing the math standards at the state level, but obviously she's being recognized at the national level. Dustin Wells, the bus mechanic, is a leader. He's fantastic. He's the best at what he does in the state. And of course, we have other people that we've heard from throughout the year, but we have a lot of the best people here in Pitt County. And so I'm thankful to serve on this board with all of you. It makes it nice to represent a district where, you know, you have the best of the best working here. And I wish us the best of luck as we kick this school year off. So, Ms. Council.
Okay, thank you. Well, what can I say? You've said it all, ditto to all the great things that's been said tonight. And Travis, we're going to miss you, and job well done. Excellence is what you have done, which you've already heard. And we'd like to thank all the board members for what you've said and what you've done this past year, and we're looking forward to an even greater year in 2018-19 school year. And I'd just like to say the Inspire magazines are great, and we're getting them out to the community. And Inspire is, education is everywhere you look, 2018-19, and Pitt County Schools is people's programs, expansion, innovation. So we would love for everyone, every home in Pitt County Schools needs to have one of these. So we'll know what's happening. Our schools are featured in here, and so read about the great things that have already happened and what's about to happen. Also, I enjoyed the ribbon cutting at both places last Wednesday at ECU Innovation College, and over at Elmhurst, one of our Eagle Scouts did a great job in doing an exercise. What's the name of it, Carolina? Carolina actually worked with it.
It's a circuit fitness play area, but it's not really play. It's
And
like
he
hard work.
received-
I've tried it.
I looked
It might
at
be
it.
play for the
Yes.
elementary.
But it's really nice, and it's for the school and the community. And an Eagle Scout did that project, received a $25,000 grant with also support from the scouting and the community at large. It was a very nice event, and so we're just so grateful for all the great things that has happened. And thank you all board members that attended the North Carolina League of Municipalities. This is one of the constituency group, NCBMO. The Black Elected Officials Group had their conference here last weekend, and we did have a chance to participate. They invited us, and so we had a chance to have dinner with them, sponsored by that group, and the city of Greenville were their host. So thanks to Robert and his wife, Carolina, and her husband, and Walter for attending, and we represented our board well. Okay? And I think that is it. And so at this time, we will close our comments out if anyone has nothing else to add. We will now go into closed session.
Pardon me. I move that the board members go into closed session pursuant to General Statute 143-318-11 for the following purposes. Under subsection A1, to prevent the disclosure of privileged or confidential personnel information. Under subsection A6, to consider the qualifications, competence, performance, character, fitness, conditions of appointment or initial employment of a public officer or employee or a prospective public officer or employee.
Thank you, and thank you all for coming out tonight.
I need a second.
And we will now vote to go into closed session. Thank you. All those in favor? The ayes have it. We're now into closed session as soon as everyone. Thank you all. Have a good evening.
Yeah, we have to. Is he back in here?
Okay, gotta wait.
Move to adjourn.
Okay, yes, could we?
Second.
Okay, Carolina moved to adjourn. And who second? Anna
second
did.
it.
All those in favor, raise your right hand. Meeting adjourned. Thank you, thank you.